seem like it's easier now to either bring on, more women into that environment. Do you have, the same lens when you're mentoring, say, someone who might be in your position where you were several years ago?
Yes, I think that's why I'm pretty passionate about girls in tech myself. I have two daughters of my own, and having been through those experiences, representation matters. When you see other people like you want to be like them. But I have to say, we still have a lot to do, Abhay. I think I'll give you an example of my daughter. She was in high school and she was leading the robotics club. And she was saying, Mom, there's not many girls in that club, even now. Like, it's all still very dominated with a set of boys. I said, so where are the girls? She said, yeah, they're in different classes, but they're very afraid to be, in a group of friends, and they can't assemble robot, and they didn't have the skills. I said, no, you learn that skill. So I believe that conscious bias does exist in all aspects. Mm-hmm. And we need to be mindful of that it is not easy still. And after 20 years, I'm like, you know what, when I went to my master's, I was one of the 5 girls in my class,
right?
And here's my daughter, same experience. So when would the progress happen? Like 20 years is like 2 decades.
That's interesting because for whether it's a stereotype or not, but the impression is that there's so many visions in the tech environment, and yet the story you just relayed, it seems like still there's a difficulty for particularly women, to actually succeed or to get the skills or the interest or the passion in tech that they need. And why do you think that is, given our pretty amazing penetration into this kind of field?
I think it's changing, and there needs to be a lot more work, not a lot more intent, and really doing it for the heart, that you're not getting a token woman engineer because to meet your diversity goals. That's not how it works. You need to, there are really diverse candidates out there. Look for them, like really make an outreach, not to say lower your criteria. That's not what it is about. The message here is, have you done your due diligence? And so now when I talk to my recruiter, I say, give me the pipeline for, if I'm getting 10 male resume and there's 0 female, it's very hard for me to believe that there's not any female programmer you found or any like solution architect you found. So it starts with questioning that and getting a pipeline. I may choose one candidate over the other based on the merit alone, but the level playing field did not exist, or does not exist even now. So that it goes down to from the recruiting perspective, being mindful and not just doing it as a diversity and inclusion goal and a check mark, but truly doing that. And I can tell you, as a woman leader, even I've been at fault. When I'm hiring, sometimes I look for resume, I look for a better candidate, but I learned at one point I had all male team. I said, why? Then I started questioning. So as someone who is a woman herself, who's passionate, who has 2 daughters, and even I can have that, kind of unconscious bias or not being mindful. And that is something to be kind of aware of and mindful of.